Welcome back, everyone, for another round of Minecraft Modded. As you can see, I have finished the uppermost level of the sugarcane auto farm, and you see just how high it is. And once I had this done, I started counting up, and I can actually get 7 floors of the villager auto farms there, which means if I do 2 columns, that's 14 farms total. That's way too many carrots and too many other things. So instead, I think I'm going to do just 3 carrots and then do like 2 beetroot, 2 potato, and if they mess up, I'll swap the farmers out. So instead, and I see I've got some pillagers heading towards the village. Instead today, because I've been neglecting the villagers again, I'm going to work on fixing them some of their own crops that they can farm there to feed themselves. So when I finished the little barn area for the pigs and sheep, I was thinking about doing a small well over here that can be used for, of course, livestock, for crops, for taking care of the villagers themselves. And then into this area, all the way through here, expanding and doing farms. I'm pretty sure what I'm going to do is stick with a 9x9 style pattern and use one, water source for the different crops and cover it up, and then have between each section walkways. So it'll be, like 9 this way, and then there's a walkway dividing to the next 9. That way it's not all run together. And I'll put a few composters in. I'm thinking, 2, 4, something like that should be enough. And there we have it. 6 fields. I'm thinking at least 2 wheat. That would mean 1 beetroot, 1 potato, and that leaves 2 more. I technically could do, I don't want to do too much in carrots because I'm trading a lot of carrots with them, so I kind of want to stay away from that. I could do a sweet berry one where instead of it being all filled in, I just have like rows of bushes, which would be, let's see, if I did a row here, well, then I would need to take a block of water out. And I've put glowstone in the middle of each water block, so it's got some light, but it's not acting like there's no water there. Actually, I probably should put something over it. Yeah, I was thinking I could get away with it, but I know what's going to happen. They're going to fall in the water spot and jump out and destroy a crop. That is exactly what's going to happen. And here we go. I've put some extra glowstone in just to give a little extra light so I can take the torches out, I think. What I'm actually going to do is replace each of the corner pieces too with glowstone, so it'll be just all glowstone. I try to figure out a way to make like a lamppost that would look good, but also not be a case of they're walking along and then bam, here's a lamppost in the way, and it's like, all right, let me sidestep. And for a simple well, just this little bit, so now that's kind of filled in. Kind of notice the water kind of curves a little bit, like it didn't flow completely. But this should allow it to flow downwards. Oh yeah, that should be deep enough. That should work fine. And I'll just throw like maybe some half slabs in the corners. The thing is, because I've got it evenly paired, it kind of doesn't work for having a central block that I can use as kind of like the middle. Actually, you know what? We're taking these out. And there we go. All right. Fully enclosed cobblestone. 3x3. So I have a central section. And I got some iron ore out of all of that. And here is why I wanted to have something with a single middle piece. So I can create this. I don't need more. I want to do like a cross connection that comes up and basically goes over and has like a lantern hanging in the middle over it, and then maybe has like a piece sticking out on each side or a lantern on the outer side of it too. So like that. I really wish there was an option, a variation you could use that would get rid of the post on this and just have the cross beams for it. That way you wouldn't have that ugly kind of look to it in the middle. Bam, like that. So it lights up the well just a little bit. And then if come out on each edge with maybe additional, actually that's probably enough light for it to cover it. I don't like the way that looks with the post. I really wish there was fence post and fence railing and they were separate, except the fence railing had to be attached to a post, at least on one side, or additional railing on one side. And time to take a couple of you guys with me. And this will be outside the guards that I have out there now. These will be the first free roaming villagers allowed to just go wherever with jobs. I'm hoping they don't die, but because I have had a few disappear on me in the past. So, oh, no. Wrong job. Wrong job, sir. Right, look, right there. How did you possibly decide to take a job for a workspace you can't even see? Or maybe he can kind of see it, but I mean, he was like, right there. There we go. He's the smart one. The other one's not very bright. You, sir, took the wrong job. Why are you even wandering over here? He's like, okay, I can't get into where I'm trying to take a job, so I'm just going to wander all the way to the other side of the village. But while waiting on the crops in the new farming area to grow in, I decided to go ahead and build a Fletcher stand. And as you can see, it's kind of off a little bit. It's not quite perfectly even. If I took one of the, like, enclosed it a little bit more this way, it would be a 3 post on each side, but I wanted a little bit more walking room for him. So he's got that. And afterthought, I started thinking when I was doing this, I should make a bullseye because, you know, Archer, Fletcher, you know, and without making it overly big, I just was like, all right, circle of white, circle of red, circle of white. And then, of course, because I did an uneven, or I did odd number here and even number here, it has 2 spots in the middle. So it's not perfect for a bullseye, but hey, it's all right. He's just here to do some trading. And you see, I can trade sticks to make emeralds. Oh, well, at least I have a way to use a lot of wood up now. And you can see how the crops are starting to come in. Really, the sweet berries have already grown in very quickly. You see, they're almost completely populated in terms of having berries on them. And I did rows after all. That way it avoids the middle spot with the water, which gives it still that tilled land look. Not necessary, but it does make a matching look for everything else. So we have 2 wheat, 1 potato, 1 beetroot, and 1 carrot plot. And then, of course, these sweet berries. That should hopefully give them enough food to start producing on their own. Once everything is kind of going full swing and I still have room over here for a house, now I get a house in, or a couple of houses here just for some extra living quarters. Maybe adjust something more in that corner. I don't know, get a couple more things done. Main thing's going to be really finishing up with a big new tower in the middle. But once that's going, they should hopefully produce new villagers on their own quite rarely with their own food supplies. If not, I'm going to set up some kind of arrangement with the new tower design that will allow me to produce new villagers there and not tie up or not block off, as it were, the sleeping arrangements, the bed areas in the other buildings, so I can leave it more of free roam for all non-trade specific villagers. In other words, the ones that I'm not worried about trading with. And yeah, that is coming to a close on the design of this village. But you see, it's looking pretty nice right now. In my opinion, I think it is good. And if you do share the same opinion, go ahead and leave me a comment below and hit that thumbs up button. But that's it for this episode. A little shorter probably in the end. But hey, I needed a break from building on my farming production and ended up just building on the villager farming production instead. But yeah, that's it for this episode. So like I said, if you enjoyed it, hit the like button, leave me a comment below, let me know what you think of the design. And of course, hit subscribe if you haven't done so already. As always, I'm your host, Mr. Spicy. Thanks so much for watching. Be sure to keep it spicy this week, and I'll see you in the next video.